Welcome to chapter 28 of the book of Genesis. Jacob is sent to Laban. It begins, I'll read a little in the Greek, and we'll go through the chapter. Proskalasamenos de Isaac ton Yaakov, evlogison avton ke enatilato avto, legon, ulipsi gineka ek ton thagateron ton hananeon. And Isaac, having called Jacob, after he found out that Esau wanted to kill him, he blessed him and gave charge to him, saying, "You shall not take a wife from out of the daughters of the Canaanites," the women in the area that they were. They were in Canaan, down in the south, right in the middle. "And having risen up, you run away into Mesopotamia to the house of Bethuel, the father of your mother," exactly as Rebekah told him to do. "And take to yourself from there a wife from out of the daughters of Laban, the brother of your mother." Mitros, maternal is a derivative, and that would have been his uncle. And so now he is going to go up to Haran. Let's go into see the map here and find out where exactly he's going. Here it is here. So he's down here in the southern part of Canaan. He's going to go all the way up here to Haran, where the family ended up after leaving Ur the Chaldees, and Lot and Abraham went down south, and the rest of the family stayed in Haran. One of them died, Aaron, I believe it was. "And may my God bless you and increase you and multiply you, and you will be for gatherings of nations." Well, that's quite a blessing, because I can't imagine having children or a child and putting a blessing on it that he would be the gathering of nations, multiply you that way. It's quite a belief, faith, if you will, in God, in the Kyrios, Yahweh. And then he would be a gathering of nations, which, Israel was the one nation, and Jacob, he might be referring here to with the 12 tribes becoming sort of nations. "And may he give to you the blessing of Abraham, my father, to you, and to your seed after you, to inherit the land of your sojourning, which God gave to Abraham." And now that's the land of Canaan. Gets kind of confusing, doesn't it? Because you would think the land of the sojourning is going up there where Laban is, although that part of the world of the map is taken over by, will be taken over by the Jews, was given to them by God. "And Isaac sent Jacob, and he went into Mesopotamia to Laban, the son of Bethuel the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, the mother of Jacob and Esau. And Esau, having seen that Isaac blessed Jacob and sent him into Mesopotamia to Syria to take to himself a wife from there, in the blessing him, and gave charge to him, saying, 'You shall not take a wife of the daughters of the Canaanites.' And Jacob hearkened to his father and mother, and went into Mesopotamia of Syria. And Esau, even seeing that the daughters of the Canaanites were wicked before Isaac his father, that Esau went to Ishmael. And he was mad at his father, mad at everybody, so he's going to take it out on him and marry into the Canaanites. And he took Maaleth, the daughter of Ishmael, the son of Abraham, sister of Nebajoth, to his wives as a wife. So Esau had other wives. And now he's marrying into the wives of the Hittites, and this is where it mentions Rebekah despised these women that Esau married, and she was stuck with them for the rest of her life, not seeing Jacob again. And Jacob went forth from the well of the oath, or Beersheba, and went into Haran. And he encountered a place and slept there, for the sun went down. And he took from one of the stones of the place and put it at his head and went to sleep in that place. The stone became as a pillow. And he dreamed, and behold, there was a stairway being supported by the earth, of which the top arrived into the heavens. So it was like that, and the earth's down here in heaven. And the angels of God ascended and descended upon it. Quite a sight. And the Lord stood upon it, and he said, I am the God of Abraham, your father, and the God of Isaac. Now, Isaac was his father, and Abraham was his grandfather. So whenever you see this patros, sometimes it can be a grandfather. Do not fear. The land of which you sleep upon it, I will give it to you and to your seed. Now, where he was, it doesn't say. So, somewhere in Canaan. And your seed will be as sand of the earth, and it will be widened unto the west and south. West would be the sea. the Thalos, and yes, the sea is also the same word. And the Voron, we have the Borealis, Aurora Borealis, or the northern lights. And unto the east, and shall be blessed by you all the tribes of the earth, and by your seed. And this is the seventh person that God has spoken to now in Genesis, with Adam first, then the woman, Cain, then Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and now Jacob. And behold, I am with you, guarding you in every way of which ever you may go, and I will return you to this land, for in no way would I abandon you until my doing all as much as I spoke to you. Well, the story goes on for quite a few more chapters, and all the things that Jacob is going through and fearing to return. He didn't need to, because God said at the beginning when he was going up there that he would bring him back and he would be with him. But we read the Bible like seeing things that God says that he is going to do, but when we run into trouble, a lot of times we don't think about what God says he's going to do in our lives. And we fear, and we're caused to fear by the things of the devil and the world, all these extraneous circumstances that happen to us. So we don't remember the things of God from the beginning. And then Jacob, it says in 16, awoke from out of his sleep and said that the Lord, Yahweh, is in this place, but I knew it not. He didn't know the place, apparently, and he knows God was. For he feared and said, how fearful this place is! Is not this none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven? And Jacob rose up in the morning and took the stone which he placed there at his head, and set it as a monument, and poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Ekos Theou, house of God, and that is Bethel. And later, I believe the Ark of the Covenant goes there. And Lamuz was the name to the city formerly. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, if the Lord God should be with me, and should guard me in this journey which I go, and should give to me bread to eat, and a cloak to put on, and will return me with safety unto the house of my father, and the Lord will be to me for God, that this stone which I set as a monument will be to me a house of God. In all, whatever you should give to me, I will tithe a tenth of it to you. So this is his vow that if God takes care of him, brings him back, then everything that he would tithe a tenth of it to you. Now, exactly how he tithed it, there was no law yet. Moses is another 400 years off. But tithing it to God is what he was going to do. And he does come back. And we'll find out then how Jacob finally reaches Haran and meets Rebekah, his wife-to-be, chapter 29. Hope you'll join us. Until then, God bless.